Been real busy recently, so I haven't had time to do a whole lot of videos, but what I want to do is I want to kind of go over how do I clean up all this stuff on the edges of the soap dishes, because I've had a huge number of soap dishes recently, so I just want to show you. I got something to catch it in. I have this little file here. I've had this file probably for like 45, 50 years, so it works good. Just a standard little steel file, nothing funky. I'm going to be using this side here, and if I need to, I'll use this side. I'm not going to use this aggressive side. But I go up at it, and it does take a little touch here to figure out how far to go. But, see, I'm going up from the bottom. I'm not going down at it. I'm going up at it. And I do this on all of my soap dishes just to make sure that the edges are nice and smooth. Cleans them up. And you get really good at knowing how far to go. And you just don't get overly aggressive. And you see that one's pretty well done. A little bit more here. Then they're ready to get sealed. You can go over these with sandpaper if you want to. I don't really see the real big benefit to that, because I'm going to seal them, and you know, there's really no reason to it. See, this one's got just a little bit. This is what I would normally do, and just run along the edge, make sure, kind of just do a little visual, make sure there's nothing funky. See, these are special I made for somebody. This is going to be one of the bulk orders. This is just part of it. But yeah, doing this edge, I like it. Everything falls down here inside of my little bucket, and I reuse this cement that's getting knocked off here. I reuse it, so it comes in handy. And see, it's really not that hard. The big thing is you don't go in too hard. You can always come back and play a little cleanup. Let's see, the edges are nice and good now. See, that's ready to go. And this will be the last one. And as you see, I poured these a little bit wide so I could show you guys how to do this. Yeah, these were for a special order I got from Saturday from the market. It's a bulk wholesale order, so these are some of the ones that I had to make for that. It's for someone who has a soap business, and she wants to match her soap trays with the soap she makes. And I like doing this about a day after I demold. You can do it the same day if you want to. I've seen no great benefit of doing it the same day, or, you know, right after you do them. It seems if you let this stuff set up a little bit, it's easier to take off with the file. But it's kind of a you can do it whenever you want to do it, personal preference. I've had a couple hundred of these things to make this week so far, so I like to let them sit for a little bit and let them sit up a little bit. I think I get a better file down if I let them sit. Any little bumps on this side, I got a couple options. This is where I would take this rounded, a little bit more rounded one, and just go through here and just knock those those ones off. Try to stay away from the sides because you don't want to chip the sides. And then you just kind of knock them off. Because I'm not trying to make them perfectly flat. I'm trying to get, because I'm going to put feet on these. So they don't have to be perfectly flat. Because after you put feet on them, you got to have a little clearance anyway. They don't need to be perfectly flat. I mean, you can if you want to. It's all about time and effort. And see, this one's in pretty good shape. I don't got to do anything with this one. See, this one just has a couple little bumps. So I just like to work those little bumps down before I seal these. And I'll let these sit for about 4 days. I think I'm going to let these sit for about 4 days. These aren't due to the client till the end of next week, so I'm not in a rush to get this 100 and some totally done. Bumps are pretty well gone. I'm not too worried about little imperfections, no big deal. Edges are done. So this is kind of the process that I go through after I do these soap dishes. Run your fingers around them, make sure that there's no big bumps on the bottom. And, you know, there's a little bit left. I'm not too worried about it. Remember, this is a handmade item. I'm not making something that needs to be perfect. I am making things that that have imperfections in them. I do like to get them pretty good, so that's pretty good. So this one didn't even need any. So that's kind of the process. So these 4 are just a little piece of the 100 and some. This color pattern I'm making. And I got some other ones too, but I don't see I'm not gonna have you guys sit through me doing edges on a couple hundred soap dishes. Just makes no logical sense. So that's it for this one. That's kind of how I do it. A simple little file. Use the flat side if you need to. Get a little more aggressive on the bottom with the little rounded one. You can use sandpaper if you want. I like it because the pieces are bigger, and see, they fall down in here, so there's not dust everywhere. So it's all personal preference. So that's it. Okay, thanks. Bye.